Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm Justine, for those of you that are new to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you how to achieve this simple glitter glam. I know it looks pretty hectic and it looks like there's a lot to it, but I promise you it's actually really simple. It's actually just the glitter that looks really intimidating. I promise you it's really not hard. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and learn a few tips and tricks. I hope that you like the look. Let's get started. So I'm going straight in with brows. I'm using the Revlon Color Stay Brow Creator. I really like this one because it's a little bit darker compared to all of my other brow pencils. Sometimes I like to go for a darker brow just to change it up, and I really like this pencil. To carve out the brows today, I use the P. Louise base, and this is in Rumor 01, or you can use a concealer if you can't get your hands on this. I personally like using the Fit Me concealer for the step, so you can also do that. And then let's go in with some shadow. So today I'm using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I'm gonna go in with the pink, dark pink, it's like purple pink shade. It's called Hell Ride over there. This boy. And then I'm going to use Still Hot, which is kind of like a more peachy color. I want that to blend out that darker shade. Guys, it is so hot in Cape Town, you have no idea. And I'm also using some of my Morphe brushes today, guys. If you can get your hands on Morphe brushes, please do it for yourself. It is a game changer. These have made my life so much easier. I love all my other brushes, my cheaper ones, but investing in these has been one of the best things I've ever done. I'm just making sure that there's no creasing on my lid before I apply my eyeshadow. And let's do this. So I'm using this, what is this color called? Hell Ride. I'm actually going to switch to a smaller brush. This is now a Morphe M321 brush. I don't know what it is. It's just the quality is so amazing. I'm someone that's been using pretty cheap brushes my entire life. That's something that I haven't invested in, which is probably pretty dumb for all the stuff that I do. But these make my job so much easier. Okay, so I'm keeping the eyeshadow like round about there. I'm not going to take this too far out because I want to blend that out with that lighter shade. And with this darker shade, you're wanting this to be above your crease. Someone like me, for example, my crease is over there. So I'm taking it higher so that it gives the illusion of more lid space. And then when we cut that crease, it's going to look like my crease is higher than it actually is. So that's why we add that darker shade so much higher up. And then now I'm going to go ahead with that Still Shot color, which is like this peach color. I'm going to blend this bad boy out. And now this is where you take your time, man. Take your time. And I'm using my NYX 15 brush. I really like this one to blend out color, especially something like this. So we're just going to blend this back and forth and lift your eyebrow like all the way up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was not impressed with this eyeshadow palette when it came out. It was like such a hype and it was like such a thing when it came out. Everyone was like, oh my god, Urban Decay Born to Run, and I was like, why? It wasn't that exciting to me. Like the color combos for me are just like really not exciting, but the eyeshadows themselves are so beautiful and they work so nicely. They're really good quality eyeshadows. So I'm keeping this shade quite like rounder than I usually do because I'm liking this like round shape at the moment. It's kind of my vibe, you know. And then I'm not going to stress too much about this outer corner over here because I'm going to perfect that a little bit better when we get to the end of the look, like when we have our foundation on. I'm just going to rub a little bit of that shade in there, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. But I'm adding that darker shade over here a little bit more. We've kind of lost the vibrancy, and then we do the same thing again. We take our pink color, peach color, and we're just going to blend these together again. And now we take a fluffy brush. This one is actually from Take A Lot, which was really affordable, and I'm going to dip into a tiny bit of Still Shot, that peach color, pinky peach color, and we're going to blend this out so that we don't have a harsh line over there at the top. You're basically just scratching this back and forth, like literally like, and I'm hardly touching the skin. And stretch your eyebrow as far up as you can so that you can really blend this out nicely. Next, I'm gonna go ahead with my Huda Beauty 3D, what is it called, highlighter palette, and I'm using this lighter shade over here, which is called Santorini. And I'm taking this brush, which is actually from a craft store. It's 110% a paintbrush, but it's so tiny and it fits in there perfectly underneath the brow, especially when you've already put eyeshadow on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a tiny bit of highlighter to the brow bone underneath the brow. Whew, dang, it's powerful. And I love this highlighter palette so much because this white shade in particular is so perfect for someone of my skin tone, because it's really difficult to find like a white highlighter without it being like ashy and like really chalky. This is so buttery. Let me actually show you. It is like, it's honestly crazy. The form, like, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. Dang, Huda, you did things. And I'm just adding the same highlighter in the inner corner. I'm like putting a pretty decent amount on there. And then I'm going to take my blending brush again and we're just going to blend this out so it's not so freaking crazy. Next we have a product that I definitely don't recommend. It's pretty cuck if you ask me, but it's the only glitter primer that I have. This is the Essence Get Your Glitter On Glitter Primer. I don't like this one. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's easy to work with, and I don't think the glitter sticks on it very well, but I made it work in my other look that you guys liked. So let's go ahead and put this on. I'm putting a little bit on the back of my hand like that. And then I'm taking my favorite brush, which I use literally all the time, which is the Concealer 513 brush from CALA from Dischem. Let's dip into that bad boy and we're going to literally cut out a crease. And before I apply that glitter primer, I'm just going to take this flat shader brush over here, which is from MAC, and I'm going to spray it with this Fix and Care spray from Catrice. You can use whatever setting spray you want. Just going to spray it onto that brush so it's a little bit wet so that I can easily dip into that glitter when I do my primer, because you have to work pretty quickly with this stuff. It like dries down quickly, and that's another thing that I don't like about it. So I'm going to open up this glitter, which goes everywhere. Rest in peace to my floor. Okay, so my glitter literally just spilt everywhere. All over my legs, all over the carpet, just everywhere. I literally just lost half of my glitter. So this is the Mirror Moon Eco Glitter, and this is in the shade Venus. It has pink and silver in it from what I can see right now. Let's carve out... It's basically doing a cut crease but with glitter primer, and this doesn't have to be completely perfect. But try and get it as perfect as you can. I'm now dipping into a little bit more. So now that's on, I'm going to add even a little bit more like that. And you need to, like I said, this is why I don't really like this one so much. You have to like act so quickly. Dipping into the glitter, and we're just going to pop this straight on. And don't worry about like all the fallout and stuff. Just literally just saturate your lid with as much glitter as you can right now. Doesn't matter if the glitter falls, we're just tapping it, tapping it on. Okay, so that's the glitter on. Like I said, it doesn't have to be completely perfect. I'm gonna go ahead with a little bit more glitter primer. I want to add a little bit more over there and add some glitter to that spot right in the front over here. Cool. Now we're gonna do exactly the same thing to the other side. Okay, pat that down, and then we're gonna go straight into our glitter again, dipping into that. It works best if you like just pat it like that. Holy shit, there's so much. Guys, there's glitter in my belly button. Okay, so that is that. It's literally as easy as that. I'm now just taking my African Extracts Rooibos hydrating wipes. I really like these ones because they don't sting my skin. I've been a fan of these for quite a while. I'm just going to take one of these to clean up. Okay, first you want to like kind of like, I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is what I do. Like shake your face. Blow around, I'm not joking. Blinking just to see if any like excess glitter comes off, because you don't want that to come off later when you've put your foundation and stuff on. And I'm now just taking this and we're gonna gently rub away any glitter. Okay, we're going with two primers today. I'm using the Catrice Prime and Fine Pore Refining Anti-Shine Base. This is mattifying, long-lasting, and oil-free. I'm going to use this one first, and then I'm using the NYX Born to Glow Illuminating Primer. You guys need to get this one if you don't have it. It's flippin' amazing. You can even basically like use that by itself. But first, let's go in with the Catrice one. And I'm going to focus this around like my nose and over here. And then we take this one. I'll just put it on my skin like this so you guys can actually see what it looks like. It's so beautiful. I normally just do this on like the high points of the face, but I'm kind of putting it everywhere today. This adds such a beautiful glow, and I promise you, if you even add like a, look at that, it's crazy. It's almost like silver, and you can see this really beautifully underneath your foundation, and that's why I really like this one, and it just adds a very like luminous glow to the skin, which is really nice. Okay, let's do our foundation, boys. For foundation, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation. I'm using shade number Fair, and then this white mixer in it as well. I mean, how is this like their lightest shade? Please look how freaking dark this is for someone as pale as me. I mean, honestly. And then I'm using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender to blend this in. Wow, okay, first time lucky. That's actually a pretty good shade match. And then I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer underneath. This is in the shade 05. And then to set my face, I'm using the NYX No Filter Finishing Powder. And then to set underneath the eyes, I'm using this Marc by Avon Magix HD Setting Powder. For bronzer, I'm going to be using these two. This is the Astrology palette by Catrice, and I love this darker shade over there. And then I'm using the Essence Contouring Duo palette, and I'm obviously using that darker shade as well. I'm now just adding some clear soap to my brows with my spoolie. Let's brush this through them brows to get some fluffiness and to Just make them look a little bit more interesting, you know? They're looking very flat at the moment. What kind of brows are you guys into? Like, do you like fluffy brows? Do you like using powder in your brows? Are you a pencil kind of girl? I'd love to know. Okay, so now we need to finish off this eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take that darker shade again, adding this to the lower lash line, focusing it more towards the outer corner, but I'm gonna take it all the way in, but focusing more of like the depth and the color over there. Drag it inwards. Then I'm taking a little bit more of that darker color and I'm joining it to the top over here. So I'm basically like making like a C shape over here. Small circular motions just to join those two. And that's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and blend with the lighter color. I'm gonna brush a little bit off on the back of my hand. I don't want too much product, and small circular motions. We're just blending out that color. I'm just gonna take this out a little bit. I'm just making sure that there's nothing left on my brush. I'm just kind of doing this on the back of my hand to get rid of any eyeshadow that's on the brush. And I'm gonna blend this out. And this is where you get that really nice like faded effect. I'm just adding a little bit more of that darker shade over here. I just feel like it's not going far enough. And that is it. That is it for the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take this brush. It has nothing on it. I'm just gonna like diffuse this a little bit because I feel like it looks a little bit too harsh. And that is that. Mascara, lashes, let's go. For mascara, I use the Essence False Lashes Mascara on the top, and then on the bottom, I always use this on the bottom lashes. This is the Maximum Definition Volume Mascara. And then for falsies, I went ahead with Zar Cosmetics lashes. I think they're called Girl Boss. I could be wrong though. And I use the Ardell Lash Grip Eyelash Adhesive. I really like this one. Now I'm just going to spritz my face with the Fix and Care Spray from Catrice. This is the green one. This is just to set the powders into the face, and then I'm going to add my highlighter on top of that. Just makes your skin look a little bit nicer and sets those powders in better. And then for blush, I'm going to be using two blushes. I'm using this one from Essence. I love this one so much. It's definitely one of my favorites, and this is in the number 10 Befitting. And then I'm going ahead with this Pixie. This is not actually a blush. It's their glowy powder, and this is in the shade Fetch. I love this one so much. It just adds such a beautiful healthy glow to the skin. First, I'm going to go ahead with my Essence one. Add a little bit to the cheeks. I just love this color so much, and I feel like this is going to tie in really nicely with the look. A little bit across the nose because why not? And then dipping into this glowy fetching powder, one of my favorite products in the world. Just going to sweep this over, and I'm not adding too much because I am going to go ahead with a highlighter as well. You can just see that adds just a little bit of glow. Such an amazing product what they've done with that one. Wow, I love it so much. And then for a highlighter, I'm going to use exactly the same one we used in the beginning, the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette. Dipping into that white shade again, and I just want to add a little bit to the inner corner, just bring it a little bit further down over here. Oh yeah, now we're talking. That's a lot better. Can you see how that just like draws the attention to the eye? It just almost like adds a little bit of like sparkle to the eye. Not that we need any flippin' sparkle with all this glitter going on, but you know what I'm saying. Cupid's bow, let's hit it. Let's hit it. And I'm going to take my finger and add a little bit to the bridge of the nose over here and over here as well. I like this like highlight in the center over here. I'm digging it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this over here. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Check that glow. Hey, how do we feel about this? That's good. And then for lips, I'm using two products. I'm using the Smashbox Be Legendary lipsticks in the color Tarot Card Matte. It's almost like a little bit on the purple side. And then we have this beautiful Pixie gloss, which is in the color Parfait. And this gloss we're about to put on is so bomb. Check this. It's nuts. It's nuts. And that is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. Other than that primer, which is a little bit of a bummer, like for someone that's as OCD as me, I can see that this is like not blended as nicely together as I would have liked it to be, like where the shadow meets the glitter. I'm just a bit OCD, but other than that, I think we did a pretty decent job. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.